Hi, and welcome back to Bourbon Blind, where the guys drink we all pick. So please, feel free to leave a comment in the comments section, and I'll get your bottle on as soon as I find it. If you're curious, we are currently under renovation. We're about to get a brand new studio that's not in my kitchen, which will be absolutely fabulous, make our life a whole lot easier. But in the meantime, bottles have shifted, moved. That's a word, right? Bottles have shifted, moved, and are a little bit hard to find for me right now. We have quite the selection to pick from. So tonight's selection is going to be from moi, yours truly. I saw this in the cabinet as I walked by, and it made me laugh. That's not Aaron proof. So this is called the Spirit of the Apocalypse Walking Dead Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. As always, the guys are going to tell you what they think of the bourbon in their bottle, in their glass, out of the bottle, without knowing what exactly they're drinking. Ooh, screw top. This is going to be fancy. Then they're going to give you a price without the hype of the label. And then we'll reveal the bottle, talk about it, and see what it's a surprise or if this is god-awful. Because I have a feeling that this is not going to be good. I'm giggling inside. All of my love is just oozing out. I'm super excited about this. If you love what you see tonight, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button. If you absolutely love us, head on over to Patreon and show us some more love. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. That's what the wonders of YouTube is. So we will be going live usually on Thursday. So if you want to come hang out, come on onto YouTube. We love to chit chat with everyone who watches the show and discuss bourbon. Also, Bourbon Blind Nation on Facebook. And with that, I'm going to hide this bottle. I don't even want to drink it. I'm so tempted to. How bad does it smell? It's got some interesting notes on it. I'm interested to see what they say about it. Anywho, gonna go get the guys. We're gonna see what they think of Walking Dead bourbon.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bourbon Blind. I'm Kyle.
Yo soy Nick.
Yo soy Nick. Yo soy Kyle. Me llamo es Kyle.
Me llamo es Nick. Bienvenido a Bourbon Blind.
I don't know what he said besides Bourbon Blind. You guys know what's up. We taste whiskey. We give you a price we'd be willing to pay for a bottle without that hype of the label. So,
Let's check this out.
yeah, a price we would be willing to pay, not comparing it to what else is out there on the shelf.
Nope.
Ooh. Sweetness.
It is.
Like, all the sweet.
I get like a sweet corn.
Like a creme brulee.
Or that.
I do get some of that corn. Maybe more of like a cereal. You know what I mean?
Like a grain, but something like that.
But
something out of a field.
But I also mean like a cereal, like Frosted Flakes kind of cereal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's grain in there, but there's also a lot of like sugary sweetness, frosting. Mm-hmm. Ooh, frosting.
Like a sweet cornbread.
Ooh. It's good. It's good.
It's almost like a cake.
Mm-hmm. I got like a frosting.
Like a sweet white cake with a maybe like a vanilla cake or something.
Vanilla cake, like a white wedding cake kind of something.
That's exactly. It reminds me of a wedding cake.
White wedding cake?
White wedding.
Anyway, I say we get in here.
Check it.
Man.
Cheers guys.
To you guys. Ooh.
Sweetness picks up right away.
Oh, yeah.
Got like a cinnamon finish.
Don't say there's definitely like a spice. Baking spice.
No.
Cinnamon. Maybe like a clove.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see like a clove.
Mm-hmm.
Like the smell of a lit clove cigarette. Not like the smoking, but like this.
Right.
Yeah. Finish is longer than I expected for something because it is a little light. It's a little on the lighter side.
It is. The legs are...
They're there.
They're there.
They run a little quickly, but it's not like they're not sprinting.
No, but they're not just hanging out, but they're there. Honey.
Finish isn't real strong.
Couch pour.
Absolutely
Couch pour.
Like pour.
Yeah, just Perry pour it. If you guys don't know Perry from This Is My Bourbon podcast, be sure to check him out. Give him a like, give him a follow.
Yeah.
And
cool guy. We're lucky enough to meet him one of the last times we were in Kentucky.
Yeah, super cool dude. And he has a thing called Perry pour that is it's a pour. Right. It's a pour and a half. Just
there is something on the finish. It's like deeper than it's like a red hot.
Mm-hmm. I also get like a barrel char.
Yeah.
Like way back in the finish.
It's back there.
Because the finish for me is still going, which is surprising.
Yeah.
For how
it's not long, but it's medium, I would say.
Like it's the palate on it is not what I would consider like deep and rich. Mm-mm. But it does have some things going on. It's more of like a refreshing bourbon.
It's like a nice springtime.
It is. Sitting out in a nice green field, glass of bourbon.
My allergies are not set up for that.
Not feeling the field. Mine aren't either.
Sitting like a nice fenced in, or like a screened in porch. Like HEPA filter screened in.
I am going to see what a little bit of water does to this.
Sure.
I feel like it's going to go one of two ways. Well or not.
It'll go well or badly, like everything in life.
Not both.
Not both.
Not both.
Want some ethanol in the nose.
Yeah. A little more astringent.
Yeah. Can't get nearly as deep in the nose now as I could before.
So what it did to the
ethanol really just jumps straight up in your nostrils.
The palette.
Tickles your nose hairs.
You don't trim your nose hairs?
Is that a thing we're supposed to do?
When a man comes of a certain age, sir, there comes a time in his life when it's going to be necessary.
No one had these conversations with me when I was
Also, you're going to have to trim your ear hair.
No, that's a thing.
That is a thing.
That's a thing.
You look at you're like from the tip of your ear, it's like 2 inches out. You're like, where did you come from?
When you're in your like early to mid 20s, you're like, that's gross.
Yeah, freaking old man.
You get over that 30-year-old mark, and you're like, where is this coming from?
Also, the gray is a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I plucked like 3 gray hairs out of my beard the other day.
I'm just gonna roll with it.
They grow back. It's like the 5th time I've done it.
Oh yeah.
They're just like, no, we're here to stay.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna accept it and just keep moving on.
Yeah, I stopped.
Ooh. It didn't destroy it on the palate. Mm-hmm. Like it's a little bit of sweetness, a little more of that astringent flavor, but for the most part, like it's fine.
It didn't add the heat, the ethanol heat that I was expecting on the palate compared to what it added to the nose.
I would be interested to put that like over like one nice giant ice cube. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I feel like it would do well. I do.
Sonic Ice. Sonic Ice makes everything better.
And just like up to here. Sonic Ice, fill it.
Right.
So, give a price without the water.
Yeah, it's still surprising with the water.
That is a great nose.
Yeah. It's just a nice light.
Yeah.
It very approachable. Mm-hmm. Almost friendly.
It is. It's very approachable. Right. I think that's a great word for it.
Yeah. This would definitely be something that somebody comes over to the house, never had bourbon before, kind of wants to check it out.
Right.
This would be a great starter.
Yeah, it would. Absolutely.
For sure.
I'm going to go ahead and say I'm in this a solid $50.
Yeah, that's where I was, like the $40 to $50 range. I'd be totally fine.
It's got some depth. It's got some character. It's not super complex and dark and rich, and but at the same time, like if especially if you like those lighter flavored bourbons.
Sure.
I shouldn't say flavored bourbon, but you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Those lighter notes, those lighter bourbons. That's pretty fantastic.
Right. This would be a great bourbon to teach someone how to pick flavors out of.
Yeah, it would.
Because there's not a lot there,
but they're pretty
they're
easy.
Easily identifiable.
True that.
So,
True that.
Hashtag teach your friends in the comments.
So, not sure what this is, but I say we find out.
Yeah. It's good. I like it.
Yeah. I'm in.
Let's see what it do.
See if it do what it do.
The Walking Dead.
So, The Walking Dead bourbon.
Yeah.
It is out of Kentucky. It is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, which is at least 2 years. And if I'm not mistaken, it's at least 4 years old. So it's got that going for it.
So you gave me a bottle of that for my birthday, and I have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I am glad to know that, blind tasting it, I still enjoy it.
It is 47%. So, someone in Bourbon Blind Nation was asking about this the other day, and the way I'd put it is, it's a great bourbon for what it is.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? Like I expected it. Seeing The Walking Dead bourbon, you're like, I've seen how this game ends.
Right. Yeah.
I'm good. But I started looking at the label. It was 47%, so it's got that going for it. It is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. So it is bourbon, it is straight, and it is out of Kentucky. So, not that Indiana and stuff doesn't make good bourbon,
right.
But, it wasn't a no-name distillery.
It wasn't a Wyoming bourbon whiskey.
Right.
Or something.
Which, I'm not saying Wyoming can't make good bourbon, but it's just one of those things. You know what I mean? Like
it's less unknown.
Right.
Really.
Right. Like it's out of Kentucky. It's at least I'm pretty sure at least 4 years old. And it's straight bourbon. So, and it's not 80%. Usually to me, 80% is like, it's kind of like minimum wage. It's like we'd care about you less, but we legally can't.
Right.
So,
I would like to see who they source it from. Because obviously it's sourced. It doesn't say where it's distilled or even bottled. It just, it's a Diageo brand.
Oh.
And, that's it.
So, obviously, Diageo owns a lot of brands.
Right. So it's bottled in Plainfield, Illinois.
So, Diageo owns things like Bullet and Crown Royal and
Johnny Walker?
Johnny Walker. So, it could be a Bullet
Could be. Yeah.
based product. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, if you know, be sure to put it in the comments. I'd love to know for sure.
Yeah.
What distillery this came out of. Off the top of my head, I just don't know. But I'm not mad about it.
No.
Not mad about it.
So the question is, what's retail on that bottle?
I think retail on that was right around $40. So
Totally fine with that.
yeah, like I said, it's got some decent stuff going on for it. So
And it's kind of one of those cool novelty bottles that somebody will be looking at your collection and be like, Walking Dead?
right,
What's that about? Hopefully you don't have to explain to the show, but
for the non-bourbon drinker, they'd be like, oh, that looks really cool.
right.
For your regular bourbon drinker, they'd be like, I'm scared about that. Until Friday at noon Central next week, cheers, drink wine.
Drink always.